On today's show, the Dallas Mavericks have a clear identity. Well, that's kind of part of the problem.
This is Cooper Flagg, and you're listening to Locked On Mavs.
All five. I think that's a good question.
Good morning, Isaac. All these changes, I still got my dog, Dwight Powell.
You are Locked On Mavs, your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast.
No one's dying.
Part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Still can't leave you.
Your team every day.
And welcome. You're locked on to the Dallas Mavericks, your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Mavs for over 10 years. Thanks for being in every day or making Locked On Mavs your first listen in the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 sports podcast network out there. Today's episode is sponsored by FanDuel. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet at FanDuel. FanDuel, play your game late into the night, Slightly Biased. Joining me, as always, the post-game prodigy from the Great Slightly Biased YouTube channel. What'd you see from the Dallas Mavericks tonight?
You have real takeaways from this game?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the job, man. That's the job. We wake up every day. They get to go out.
Sometimes the job is there's no takeaways, guys.
Sometimes the job for the Mavs is go out there and miss a bunch of threes.
Can I say something truthfully that I'm sure the higher ups won't like hearing?
Okay, go ahead. I am one of the higher ups.
Okay. The listeners at this point will listen to us. And if you're listening to this show at this stage, you'll listen to anything we have to say.
That's right, Slightly Biased. That's absolutely right. And we let it ride for all of you out there.
That's right.
Today's show, I want to talk about Naji Marshall leading the charge for the Dallas Mavericks comeback. I want to talk about Cooper Flagg. I want to talk about Jason Kidd in complete experiment mode, because that's exactly what he was doing in this game. We've seen this many times from Jason Kidd in the past. But I got to start here, Slightly Biased. Yes, I do have real takeaways from this game. The Dallas Mavericks have an identity. They have a clear identity this season. We've seen so many games played this exact way. They can't score on offense. Their half-court offense is terrible. They can't hit any threes. They can only score in transition and maybe at the free throw line, which they got a historic free throw discrepancy today that they actually haven't gotten much at all this season. They do try to play hard-nosed defense, which sometimes can fail them because of personnel. They don't have anybody to set them up on offense. It's all just Cooper Flagg drive at the rim, Naji Marshall drive at the rim, Max Christie maybe get a three, and then they never stop fighting. Never, ever. They go down because their offense can't do anything, but then they fight back. They're so annoying to play because they make a 31-point deficit against the Suns, take it all the way down to 6 at the end of this game, and they never go away. And you just can't ever put this Mavs team away, and then they can't ever close. And that's been the Mavs identity this entire season. How many times have we seen that exact game that we just saw? But this one was maybe the biggest discrepancy of all of them. And that's kind of the problem. That's the Mavs identity. That's the way they have to play games, and you just can't win games that way in the NBA at all.
Yeah, I mean, you are right. This has been their identity all year long. And this is why they are now, what are they, 19 and 70? Like, what's the record now? 19 and 34. 34. Woohoo. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this all year. The free throw discrepancy tonight, great. Getting to the free throw line, cool. Coop getting 14 free throws. Love to see that. Like, that's all awesome. Yeah, you're not going to win games in this league when you get outscored by 33 points at the 30-point line. Right? Like that's not possible. And we've talked about this ad nauseum, and we know it. We understand it. The front office clearly does not understand it. And so, I mean, that's a goal moving forward is let's try to build this roster in a way. And we talked about this when we played the Celtics. Like, I kind of hope the Mavs look at that and realize this needs to be a roster building technique that we're kind of following. Look at this Suns team. 10 games over 500. You've got Devin Booker, but look at the rest of the guys on this team. It's just a bunch of dudes.
The talent discrepancy between these two teams is not that drastic.
On paper, yeah, no. But, yeah, these guys all just, they're getting great. Colin Gillespie was a plus 25 tonight, but, it wasn't his best scoring night. He's become a knockdown three-point shooter.
It's been good.
But, they've gotten all these contributions out of these guys who just play defense, pass, they'll shoot threes. Like, that's what they're not breaking. They're not reinventing the wheel. They're not doing anything different. They're just conforming to the modern NBA. And in today's league, if you have that group, you'll win games just through 3-point variance. And when you try on defense every single night, teams don't love that. Teams don't like going up against that. The Mavs immediately, they scored 16 points in the first quarter. I mean, kudos to the Mavs for even making this a game at any point. But, like, you can tell right away the Mavs I thought this was going to be a 40, 50-point game where we're going to come on here and be like, uh-oh. Like, not only, obviously, the Mavs are losing games, there was going to be like, this feels like the team is just on the verge of giving up. Because the Suns were really good defensively. I mean, the Mavs scored, 2 points in the first 6 minutes, it felt like?
It was 1 to 11. That's what I remember, that it was that bad starting out this game.
I'm not going to lie, I had a text typed out to you.
Oh, do you want to share it?
No, it was just gonna be like, "Hey, man, my internet's out."
I was wondering what your excuse was gonna be or what your reason.
Internet just went out, man. My bad.
Like, dude, so sorry. Would you rather your team shoot 53s or 44 free throws?
53s.
Yeah, 53s. That's kind of insane.
And the thing is they shot 32%, which isn't crazy.
They didn't shoot that well, but they also got 18 offensive rebounds, which I think there's a correlation between those two things too.
Absolutely.
The one thing though about their identity, their offense, we can talk about their offense. I was gonna start if it was gonna be a 40-point game, I was gonna start this show with like who gets the biggest blame for the state of the offense, the roster construction, the coaching and system, or just like the players on the floor or whatever. And they did fight all the way back, though. That's the thing about this team. Naji Marshall, 31 points on 12 of 17 from the field, hit 2 threes, got to free throw line 7 times himself. Like, he was just, I mean, the knife was just doing his thing, getting to the rim over and over again, attacking. You can't say enough good things about Naji Marshall, and it's kind of wild that Jason Kidd didn't start him in this game. Like, I don't know what Kidd was doing. We'll talk about his experiments a little bit later. But he's been the second best player on the Mavs for 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk, like you said, we'll talk about the decision making on some of these lineups. But yeah, I think the Suns, the 3-pointers really dried up for them in the second half of this game, like in a major way. They shot 27% from 3 in the second half.
Yeah, 6 of 22.
And that kind of allowed the Mavs to do what they have done well this year, which is get these long rebounds off of these missed threes, get out and push the pace and run the floor. Not only that, the Suns had 11 offensive rebounds to the Mavs 1 in the first half. In the second half, it was 7-7 offensive rebound advantage. So the Mavs sort of limited those opportunities and were able to get out and push the pace in the second half of the game. And Naji's a big reason for that because that's something that he's good at, something that Coop's really good at. I mean, Coop was a plus 10 in this game.
I know.
I mean, plus minus. I don't want to lean on it because I have ignored it all year when Coop's plus minus has been bad. So, but I do want to throw it out there tonight.
Yeah, but when it's good, we're gonna use it.
Right.
We're gonna use it for it.
When it's good, it's like, oh yeah, no, this is good. This is a good stat to look at.
Teams that have taken at least 53s this season, 41 and 24. That's 63% win percentage. Yeah. Teams that have taken at least 44 free throws, 6 and 5.
I was about to say, I feel like that might not be a strong correlation.
Not very often. So I guess you'd still would rather them take 53s though, because that is a better win percentage.
Yeah, it's just the math game because again, you could only make 32%, yet you play a team like the Mavs and you score 33 more points at the 3-point line from the 3-point line.
Yeah. Cooper, you mentioned Cooper Flagg, 27 points. He was leading the charge. His little floaters and bunnies, like that, his touch was just not there in this game. And he was like, all right, well, I just got to be a battering ram and get to the rim. These Suns are just fouling us all over the place. Devin Booker picked up 4 really quick and then never got another one again. And you just had to keep attacking them at the rim. They don't have great rim protection. And so if you can get by them, all right, you can get some help defenders coming over, flying over, and then fouling you. And he was really leading the charge when it came to that. And like that's the way the Mavs had to score. Naji Marshall getting downhill, Cooper Flagg getting downhill. Other than that, like your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, and I really don't even think it was that great of an offensive game for Coop. But the encouraging thing was the fact that he was able to shoot 14 free throws. So that's something that, the nerds will point at his free throw rate. It does encourage me that he does have games with high free throw numbers, which does to me showcase this ability is there. And, some games it's just not going to be. Some games he's not going to get the calls. Some games, he, like you said, will turn into this battering ram that gets fouled. I will say this, the 1-3, we've been talking about his 3-point volume, which, has been a thing all year long. He's been shooting much better. You tweeted it out earlier, either today or yesterday. The 3-point percentage has been,
39% the last 20 games.
Yeah, last 20 games. What is that, like back to January 1st or something like that?
I think it's around when he turned 19. Yeah.
Which is December. Like weirdly the exact thing that happened when he was at Duke. But 1 3-point attempt tonight, 3 in the last game. Like that just should be 5. The baseline needs to be 5. That's what I would say to him. We got to get 5 threes a game up.
Oh, I agree. Because that's the only way the Mavs are going to, because he has to take them as pull-up threes, because that's the only way the Mavs are going to generate 3-point looks.
Yeah. And how about this? Now, three of the last 5 games, he's shot double-digit free throws.
Hey. Well, it's the only way the Mavs can score because that's their identity, and then they can't close. And that's the other problem with this Mavericks team is they can't close.
Griff King.
This didn't become a clutch game, but it almost did. They were 1 point away from this becoming another clutch game that they could put a little notch on the post there for them. Coming up, Jason Kidd experimented so much in the first half of this game, and I need to talk about it with somebody, and I guess it's you. Coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by Indeed. Indeed Jobs can help you find the right candidates that are qualified for what you need. Hiring is not just about someone willing to take the job, like Slightly on a live hot mic during this ad read. It's about finding the right person with the background who can actually help your business move forward. And if you want candidates who match what you're looking for, Indeed Sponsored Jobs is your move, because instead of hoping the right person stumbles across your post, Indeed helps you match with quality candidates, boosting your job listing to people who fit your specific criteria, like skills, certification, and locations. If I was hiring, and I am hiring sometimes, I just wouldn't want somebody that can help. I would want somebody that knows their stuff, like Slightly Biased. He's so great knowing the NBA, the Mavs as they are, incredibly knowledgeable and incredibly entertaining. That's why I would hire that person qualified for this role. And here's a stat that says it all. In the minute I've been talking to you, companies like yours made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. So if you're hiring, spend less time searching and more time interviewing candidates that check all your boxes with Indeed Sponsored Jobs. Listeners to this show can get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job to the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring, do it the right way with Indeed. Also brought to you by Game Time. Oh, nothing like being in an NBA arena. Imagine being in the Suns arena and you in the first half have the reverse of the Game 7 lead, where you're up 30 points instead of the Mavericks up 30 points, and you're happy and excited. Imagine you're a Mavs fan and you're like, oh, I'm so frustrated. Then the Mavs cut it to 6 and the arena is just silent. Imagine that. That's why Game Time has become the go-to app for scoring tickets fast without the hassle. It puts the advantage back where it belongs with the fans, so you could be there for these types of moments. I love seeing the all-in price up front. I know exactly what I'm going to pay. No surprise fees at checkouts. I've used other ticket sites, and you get to the end and they're like, hey, guess what? Here's $40. You're like, for what? Service fee. You're a website. You need $40 website? Okay. Get everything you want with Game Time. All kinds of events, not just sports, but comedy, concerts, theater, things like that. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use this code LOCKEDON for $20 off your first purchase. Use the code LOCKEDON, LOCKEDON, NBA. Download the Game Time app today. Remember, it's gametime.co, not gametime.com.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show, part of the Raccoon Squad, listening every day. We appreciate each and one of you for checking out the show. We have the text line. You can subscribe, get alerts on rumors and all kinds of stuff from Isaac and I. Isaac does Q&As on there. You also get access to the Discord if you're on the text line, either the text line or the Everydayers Club. You can subscribe to either one of them or both, and you get access to the Discord on both of them. So subscribe to that. Links in the description and the QR code. All right, Slightly. Mavs lose to the Suns. It's only a 9-point loss. Doesn't look that bad if you just look at the box score. But then you go to the game charts thing on NBA.com and you look at the game flow and the lead tracker and you go, oh my gosh, what happened to the Dallas Mavericks in the first half? They were down by 31 in the second quarter, and it just looked abysmal. It looked like nothing the Mavs did was working at all. And I think Jason Kidd was on one of his Jason Kidd games where he's like, hey guys, I'm going to try some stuff today. I'm going to throw guys out there that you've never seen. I'm going to throw guys out. I'm going to start people. I'm going to sit people. He started Tyus Jones, and that was a disaster. To start this game. Didn't start Naji Marshall. I thought that was a mistake. PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford were pretty bad in the first half of this game. He then Gafford only played like 4 minutes in the second half, so we'll talk about him in a second. He played Chris Middleton like 21 minutes in this game, and he was just trying stuff all over the place.
Yeah, so the Tyus Jones one, who was dreadful, and who's been dreadful all year long, and for longer than that probably. That one is confusing to me. Doesn't start the second half. Beyond that, red flag, alarming to me. This was the guy, by all recent reports, that they wanted all along.
Yeah, over D'Angelo Russell.
This was like the guy they've wanted. So I don't know. I think that kind of concerns me because in a league where more and more the evidence is right in front of your face, small guards don't work unless they're very rare one of one. Not only do they not work, they're pretty much destructive players. So I don't know. I mean, it's just second game, but yeah, I'm not overly excited about the prospect of Tyus Jones, if I'm just being truthful.
I'll give him one break. He's been here for like 5 minutes.
Right. Well, if this were like but he's been playing well all year. Like he's just not been good for a decent chunk of time.
Yeah. Right. He put up numbers for the Suns, but I don't know if he was necessarily good. The last time he was like, you would consider him really good was with the Grizzlies. That was like 2023. And so we're a decent ways off from there. I guess he was all right for the Wizards here and there. I think he can still be like a fine backup. That's what I think he is. Putting him in the starting lineup, even when he was back with the Grizzlies, just didn't work. And you're right. Like these small guards don't work in the NBA anymore. And the Mavs went, all right, we got Ryan Nembhard. How can we upgrade? We got to get bigger at the point guard position. All right, let's get bigger, but like not a lot more. Well, not a lot bigger. Just get kind of bigger.
So that to me is you look around some of these elite teams that are just outright tanking directly in your face. Everyone says the Mavs are. And yeah, I mean, I guess, but like they did make a talent acquisition trade for a point guard. Like that was a move they made to like get better.
Yeah, like that was their clearest, biggest need, and they actually did go out and get somebody that they thought would help. That they targeted specifically.
Do you think they're like as a directive?
No, we've complained about it. They've made no moves to shut anybody down. They've played Gafford through injuries. They've played PJ through. Like whatever he's going through. Like I don't think they're tanking. They've played Cooper Flagg 35 minutes tonight, Naji 36 minutes tonight.
Yeah, they're not tanking the way like the Jazz are.
If you think they were tanking, then you think they were tanking at the beginning of the season because they're doing the exact same things that they were doing then.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, Chris Middleton, I get, and I actually thought Chris Middleton was pretty decent. Like I like the way that he got the ball moving a little bit. Kind of an underrated and underappreciated aspect of his game all throughout his career. Obviously, you are getting, I mean, I can't lie. The moment I saw Chris Middleton walk out there, the first thing that popped in my mind was, you light my fire.
Did it make you think of Kemba Walker in 2023? Because that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, man, here's another guy that was an all-star that's on the Mavs late in his career. Isaiah Thomas, Kemba Walker.
It made me think like, oh, this will be for sure the last couple months. We'll get some 7 years from now. Like, you weren't a real fan if you weren't here for this. It'll be like Chris Middleton, Tyus Jones, some other guy you haven't even heard of yet that they picked up.
Mari Stoudemire, JJ Redick. Who are others like stars that ended up with the Mavs like very late in their career? Dennis Rodman.
Oh, Lamar Odom. Like there's a long list.
Lamar Odom wasn't even that late in his career.
Yeah, true. Well, but
it was the end. But I don't think anybody knew it was.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I thought Jason Kidd was just trying stuff, throwing stuff at the wall. But we mentioned Daniel Gafford doesn't play. He only plays like 4 minutes in the second half.
Foul trouble.
He was wincing again. Yeah, he was in foul trouble. I wonder. He had 4 fouls, but
Bagley just better.
Bagley was looking better. Spryer, like they ended up playing Dwight Powell for a little bit there. Caleb Martin fell really hard on that ankle on that offensive foul that the Mavs challenged, and then it got reversed, and that did not look good at all. I don't know what that was. They said like a couple reporters that were there said it looked like an ankle twist. I was like, I think it looked worse than that on TV, but we'll see what happens with him going forward. And then Tyus Jones, he only played 5 minutes in the second half after starting.
Yeah, we'll see what that looks like moving forward, but that's interesting. That's interesting that they went the starting route. And Naji was playing really well. So, I mean, that's probably it, right? But interesting to start a guy, then his second game with the team. Like, you're obviously putting some confidence in him, showing that you have and then not playing him at all the second half of the game, even though he was bad.
That's the part that made it seem like an experiment to me. It's like, all right, he's not just like entrusting this. It's like, all right, I know this is going to work. Like, I know what the F I'm doing, which is, would a coach say that?
I mean, we talked to you. So you mentioned that if they had ended up losing this game by 40, we'd be like, who's to blame for this? And I get it's easy to look at the coach and maybe kid's not having a good year, but like we hint that this team is just not built to win, man. No. And yeah, it's great that Coop's doing all of this and leading all of these categories for the Mavs. I think I did say before the season started, like, if Coop leads the Mavs in all these different categories, things have gone horribly wrong. Yeah. Unless Coop is having like the greatest rookie season of all time in any sport, right? Which he's having a fantastic rookie year, like an all-timer. But the fact that, you know, it's fun. It's fun for like rookie of the year stuff and our first rookie this, first rookie that. But from a team perspective, yes, it's not good that the 19-year-old youngest player in the NBA is your team and Naji Marshall, who I love.
The roster construction is a big issue. Jason Kidd's experiments is one thing. Coming up, let's talk about how the Mavs got back in this game and more. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by FanDuel. Oh, the games. They're starting up. They're officially here. If you're anything like us, you're locking in for events you only get to see on the biggest stages every 4 years. I'm talking curling. I'm talking skiing. I'm talking any kind of ice skating that doesn't have a hockey puck with it. I'm not watching those any other time except for right now. You can go and use FanDuel and go see and follow the winter games from medal counts to individual events, finding your angle on sports you care about the most just during this time. It's kind of a special time. So you can go check out FanDuel, see what they have on all these different kinds of sports and all these different kinds of things. They have NBA props still as we're going on here. They have, let's go random game. The Suns that the Mavs just faced are a 7-point underdog against the Thunder, even without SGA. That one, you can go check out that. You can go check out All-Star Weekend. Is there any, we got any? Give me a flag prop. Give me something. All kinds of stuff for All-Star Weekend you can go check out on FanDuel. Winter games are on. There's no better way to follow them than with FanDuel. FanDuel, play your game.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
All right, Slightly. All right. Give it to me straight. Were you part of the unidentified ownership group that wants to get in with Cuban to buy the Dallas Mavericks back?
So there's these legal documents called NDAs.
Yeah.
Non-disclosure agreements.
And you rip them up all the time.
Right, yeah. So I'll just leave it at that. I tweeted out something about that. I had two people in my replies were like, I don't know who this person is, so I don't know if they're being serious or not. Can someone please help me?
I can't tell if he's being serious or not. Oh, man. If you had to pick players to stay the next time that the Mavericks will be in the playoffs, who will still be on this team?
So happy you asked me that.
Thank you.
If I was the unidentified, I love the unidentified verbiage. It's just like, we don't know who it is. Like it is a
yo. They got
shadowy,
money though. They got stacks. They got stacks on stacks on stacks. We don't know their names. We don't know what they look like.
Shadowy figures have entered the mix. No, if I were in charge, right? If I were the consigliere to Mark Cuban, Cooper Flagg.
Great. Okay, feel good about that one.
Dereck Lively.
I hope so. I'm hoping to the injury gods.
Max Christie. And that's it.
That's it.
I would say Kyrie, but you know, I just hate doing this all the time. But like, if I were, I'd be shopping PJ in the summer. I'd be shopping Gafford in the summer. These longer term contracts that you signed when the goal was to win as soon as possible, I'd be looking to get off of, just because I question the fit with a couple of those guys, with Coop, now that we've seen Coop, and now that the car keys have been handed to Coop far faster than we thought would have happened. And I just think moving forward, yeah, there's just a team building strategy that I would go for, that there are a few guys on this current team just don't fit.
The hard one for me is Naji Marshall. I agree with all the other ones you said, but with Naji, he's played so well. The problem is like in the context of this season, he's played well when the ball has been in his hands, and then when the ball but he's not good enough to where you're playing in playoff games when the ball is in his hands as much as it is to where that's when he's getting in a rhythm and getting going. Like we've seen guys in the NBA have these runs where you just go, man, like Quentin Grimes is averaging 30 points a game and you're just feeling so great. And then when he gets put in a situation where he's playing with guys that are better than him, it just doesn't work the same. Now, Naji Marshall has played with, he's played with Zion, he's played with Luka, he's played with some of these guys, but I just can't see it because of the 3-point shooting. And that's the one thing. And I think he's probably going to make too much money for the Mavs to keep him around long term after this year, but we'll see. That's the one I did have some I paused on and I was like,
yeah. Najee's definitely the tough one, but it more so than anything, do I think they'll be a playoff team next year? Probably not. No. Right. I wouldn't say impossible though, but I would say probably not.
Oh, look at this Suns team. I mean,
right. I mean, I think the Mavs have a chance to be more competitive next year than I think a lot of people will give them credit for. Now, of course, it depends on what they do. Like if they just completely tank the rest of the roster, then no. But if they kind of use their mid-level and some of these trade exceptions that they've gotten for themselves, they can improve their roster for sure. But yeah, I mean, Najee's the one where it's just if that next contract starts at $20 million a year, which I would say probably not, but isn't impossible, that some team out there feels as though, yeah, we want that. That's where I'm like, I don't know if that makes much sense for you.
Yeah, if you get stuck there, then I don't know how you fill out the rest of your roster. Like I'm gonna do a thing later today where I go over like what things a team needs around 2-star players. Because right now, like every team in the top 6 in each conference, they have a star player, or they have 2 star players, and you basically have 3 high quality high level role players next to those guys. And like you've got to be very specific about who those guys are. And I don't know that Naji Marshall can be that because of the shooting.
Yeah. The shooting is just a killer, man. It is. And in today's NBA, man, you got to have it.
It's too much. And Flagg has not become like an elite 3-point shooter yet. He's shooting well the last 20 games, but if he was an elite 3-point shooter, then maybe you could get away with it. And if Lively's 3-point shooting was there, like, all right, maybe we can get away with a guy that doesn't shoot that. But from a wing, it just gotta be a good 3-point shooter.
Yeah, and Flagg's 3-point shooting is very hypothetical. It just is. Like, yeah, the percentages have been good lately. They were good in college, but one of the big sort of, I would say, not red flags, but one of the big pushbacks some people would have about Coop in regards to him maybe turning into an offensive engine in the league is like his 3-point attempt rate was just a little low in college.
Right.
And so far that's been the case in the NBA. And, you know, that's something that I'm sure could just change with coaching and, hey, shoot more threes. Which, again, if I were Jason Kidd, on the coaching staff, I would say, Coop, you need to shoot 5 threes a game the rest of the year. And we don't care if it's 15%. Like, you just need to shoot more.
Yeah, I mean, we got Victor Wembanyama with 40 points with 3 minutes left in the third quarter in this game. He's only taken 6 threes, though. So is that?
I mean, jeez, I just saw him hit a 3 as you literally said that.
That's 7. Okay, he's taking 7.
Well, no, sorry. That was his 40-point. You just spoiled it for me. Oh, nice. Bronny's getting some early burn.
Oh, Bronny is out? The Bronny's guarding him?
Bronny, Drew Timmy, man, what a great team. Rob Pelinka, you're so good.
The Lakers started Kobe tonight, though.
Yeah, they did. That's right. Kobe Buffkin.
Kobe Buffkin.
I thought he was going to be great. I really did. I thought Kobe.
You thought Kobe Buffkin was?
I thought he was going to be like Derek White.
Dang, I love the draft guys that were just so wrong on. Where you're just like,
yep.
I thought Jahlil Okafor would at least be like solid. Like, all right, at least give me like 20 a game.
I've only recently started caring. I'm trying to think what some of my big misses. Jarris Walker. I was like, Jarris Walker for sure is like a Draymond like clone. Like, there's no way this doesn't work.
The Draymond clones have failed 100% of the time.
Colin Murray Boyles.
They found. No, I don't think that one will work either.
CMB, come on now.
He's been okay.
Yeah, I agree.
They're playing him at center.
I'm changing my draft philosophy this year where it's, oh, you've been good. And there's just no, like, I don't have to project a million different things. Okay, I'll draft you. Like I saw today where there was like, the Mavs should Cam Boozer. I'm like, hey, dude, if the Mavs, it was our guy Mavs Highlights. He tweeted out a mock draft and it was the Mavs were 3 and Cam Boozer dropped to 3.
Yeah.
And the discussion was, I don't know if I'd go Cam Boozer. I'd go guard. Dude, if Cam Boozer's at 3 and the Mavs are there and they don't take him, I will not watch another game.
You'd be done?
Yeah, I'd be done. No, I wouldn't be done, but I'd be very upset. I mean, he's got to go one-on-one, right? With Darren Peterson, like, I don't even think that guy likes basketball. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know what's going on with him. He keeps missing, like, parts of games and then games, and you're like, I don't know about that.
He's clearly the best. He's clearly the best NBA. Like, this is the guy you want to draft number 1 overall in an NBA draft.
He's like, imagine if Anthony Edwards' jump shot was as good as it is right now in the end,
yes.
like, coming into the draft.
I mean, he didn't even have a good game against my Red Raiders, but when it came time to hit a couple big shots, he hit them, and it was NBA shots. You're like, oh, that guy's going to be different. And he'll be on the Mavs.
And it'll be like what? Like a Markelle Fultz situation?
Yeah, let's hope not.
I
was gonna say I'm so ready to get into draft stuff.
We're getting there. But we don't know when the date of the draft is.
Really?
Yes, that's
the
thing.
Like finals dependent.
That's the thing. Yeah, the thing that the NBA doesn't decide. I was trying to plan around the draft, and I was like, you know what? We don't even know when that is. This whole day that we're all pushing for, or trying to abolish. We're either pushing for the draft or we're trying to abolish it.
Yeah. So Nick's kind of hinting at something I'm probably going to talk about soon. I'm getting close to abolishing the draft.
You're just gonna make that decision and call Silver.
Yeah, I'm getting close to just doing it. Getting rid of it. Like, I feel like this is sort of like the last couple years with tanking is almost just like Vietnam for the USA, where it's just like, we can't do this anymore. Like, we'll have to go about it in different ways. But like, we can't do conscriptions anymore. The draft is getting abolished.
I mean, at least the NBA had good intentions with the draft. That's
True,
where
true.
your analogy breaks down.
That's true.
And hey, you know what? We got Star Wars out of the Vietnam War, so I mean,
That's a lot of great film came from the Vietnam War. I think that might be the extent of it.
Good things have came from it.
No, but I'm done with the draft. Tanking is so bad. It's so terrible this year,
Especially
and there's
this
no
year.
way to defend it. There's none. As somebody who has defended it in the past,
Our guy Mike Falwell sure tried to the other day.
I
We
didn't
love Falwell. We've talked about
Falwell's the greatest of all time.
but he tried to defend the Jazz.
There's no defending the Jazz because I get the logic behind. Well, you want to get the
You want to develop your guys. Yeah,
the young guys played, and that is like I get that, and that's admirable. But your best players sitting entire fourth quarters in games you're leading
when they were playing really well, and that's the reason why they had the lead. It's like, wait, are we not playing to win the games? Like, nope. Okay, well then, then it's tanking if you're not playing to win the games.
March, we all kind of band together as NBA fans. We're like, guys, we're going to see some disgusting stuff the next month, and that just is going to have to be what it is because we're going to have an incredible play. Like, that's all. We all agree on it. February 9th, pre-All-Star break, you're sitting all your players in the fourth quarter. I'm sorry, and I don't want to single them out because it's a good strategy.
Well, they're doing what they have to do, which is why we're like we're not blaming the Jazz. We're blaming the system
because their fans get upset, and it's the same. I came to the Mavs defense a couple years ago.
Did they get the internet up there?
They did, yeah. I actually really want. Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
I want to go to Utah. Great city.
Bryce Canyon, Zion National Park, incredible.
So I've always kind of wondered this: why on earth would the Jazz not buy low on Zion? There's just like so many different marketing directions you can take.
Zion National Park is not close to Salt Lake City.
But I mean, it's still you're the Utah Jazz.
True.
So
that's the only reason is for marketing.
Yeah.
They just leave him there. They don't even let him play. Instead of benching him in the fourth quarter, they bench him the whole game and leave him at Zion National Park with a Ranger hat on.
Just know, guys, I'm in the workshop cooking up ways to make the abolishing draft work.
Are you one of the 200 influencers the NBA invited to All-Star Weekend?
No, because they know I'd be in there asking questions that they don't want to get at. They don't want to ask at this snooze ball softball event that they've got going, slow pitch softball questions.
Were you as upset as me when Bobby Portis and Devin Booker got in the 3-point contest ahead of our guy Max Christie and Damian Lillard, who has not played a minute and will not play a minute this season?
What on earth?
Also,
that is bizarre.
Also, in the episode we did the other day, I was like, "Oh, Dame won it last year." Completely forgot Tyler Hero won it last year because it's not things that I remember.
Okay. I mean, I knew Bobby Portis was having a good 3-point shot. I did not realize he was at 45%.
But on 4 a game.
Yeah. I mean, what's Max at though? Because then we do the whole like there's
It's
no
over 5 at least.
Yeah, 43% on 6. Yeah, I mean he should be in there for sure. Do bigs ever do good in this? I guess they do sometimes. I don't watch All-Star Week. I'm gonna be real.
Dirk won the 3-point
I
contest.
know, but I'm saying more like the Bobby Portis-esque bigs.
No.
I will, and I'm gonna be real. I will not watch a second of this weekend. And I don't have any shame in that as an NBA hole. Like, and this is why I couldn't go, because I'd be sitting there and saying, what are you going to do to make this event not just complete and total garbage?
They're like, well, we invited LeBron this year.
No, they're like, oh, that's why we invited you, because you're supposed to tell everyone on TikTok that it's really cool.
That's the whole change. All right, there you go. Check out Slightly Biased. Great stuff on YouTube.
We're gonna do trick shots at halftime.
He's fixing the NBA. He's fixing the NBA over there and on Haymaker. We've got the Everydayers Club you can subscribe to. LockedOnMavericks.supercast.com. You get ad-free episodes of this show. Guys, thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs.
Peace out.
Boom.
Trick shots with